Hey guys, Lunar here, welcome back to another Destiny 2 Daily News Update video. Today we have some new stuff to go over for the game. Before we jump into it though, if you do find it useful, hit the like button, I appreciate it, and with that being said, we can jump straight into it. First off, I want to go over the PC beta. Released yesterday for early access, I've been playing it and I have to say it's very awesome actually on PC. It's very smooth, and my favorite part is actually the controller integration, which is probably the best I've seen for a PC game. You can plug in literally an Xbox One controller or PS4 controller to your PC and start playing Destiny 2 straight away, and it doesn't feel any different from playing on console. Usually using a controller is never too smooth or that good on PC compared to using a keyboard or mouse, but honestly I cannot tell the difference between playing console and PC using the controller. So I'm happy as I do get to play the game in 4K 60 FPS, but still get to use a controller, which I do prefer. But I thought it worth mentioning the quality of the PC version of Destiny 2 so far, in both the graphics and the way that you can use your controller. So definitely check it out today when it comes out. Next, I wanted to talk about the new Engram decryption system. It was confirmed yesterday by Mark Noseworthy that you will no longer require to equip your best gear in order to get the best stuff from your Engram drops. So if you don't know, in Destiny when you kill enemies you have a chance to get Engram drops, essentially loot with weapons and armor in them that you take to the cryptarch to get decrypted, where you find out what loot you're getting. In Destiny 1 however, the game was so incremental and high level legendary gear or exotic engrams so scarce that you never wanted to risk having an engram turn into weapons or armor that wouldn't provide at least a moderate boost to your light level, or your power level as it's now known in Destiny 2, so the level of light for items was directly correlated to light level of your current equipped gear for some reason. It doesn't seem like a huge deal, but in game where you equip different gear for different situations, your highest level gear might not necessarily be the gear that you're always wearing. So having to switch constantly to get different gear just to decrypt something was very annoying in game and will no longer happen in Destiny 2. So that's a good thing, I guess. Next guys, if you have some spare time, someone on Reddit took full advantage of Destiny 2 on PC already and data mined over 32,000 audio files from the game, including every sound effect, music score, and oh yes, every single line of dialogue. So if you want to go ahead and look for some spoilers in the game, you can, as the author has kindly provided a download link, which is around 2 gigabytes or so. I've downloaded it as it will come in handy for sound effects and clearer audio for Destiny 2 videos in the future. Of course the files are not labeled with what audio is on them, so you'll have to spend time searching through them, but some stuff has already been found and I won't go into much detail for them because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but one example I will give is that we did find out what the third subclasses are going to be for the Hunter, Warlock and Titan, and if you don't want to know then don't listen to the following audio files. So here they are.
Stormcaller, Sunbreaker.
You're a hunter? I'm guessing Night Stalker.
So the 3 subclasses from Destiny 1 seem to be returning as the 3rd subclass available in Destiny 2, so a great find, some really cool stuff, and I expect someone who has much more free time than I do to find some cool stuff in those audio files. Finally guys, some info from Mark Noseworthy from an interview at Gamescom. He went over a couple of things, but we did get some cool information. First off, regarding Gaul, he says, "With Gaul we wanted a villain that wasn't this mustache twirling cartoon character, but someone with depth to him. Someone who you could actually sympathize with, and there are great villains in pop culture, characters that are really sympathetic. You can understand maybe why they're bad or what their motives are. You don't agree with them, but you understand good guys doing bad things for these reasons. If I were him and I'd gone through the things he had gone through, maybe I'd be the same as him." They wanted Gaul to be like that, and that's why you get some exposure to him through his relationship with the console, and you get to understand why he is here, and that's because he's jealous of the Traveler having chosen humanity. The Traveler blessed the Guardians with these gifts, and yet he has a pretty tough life, starting at the bottom, and he's worked his way to the top and earned everything and won every award. But there's still one thing that eludes him that he wants. So some cool information in there about what thoughts went into the main antagonist for the game. Next he goes on to talk about the side missions and other stuff that flesh out the non-main questline of the game, and one example he gives is about adventures. Every adventure is a 10 to 15 minute mission that is separate from the Red War, but it tells a story that's about the place you're in, and the combatants that you're fighting there. If you think of the destination like Nessus, that's a destination that's been terraformed by the Vex. It's got a colonial ship that was crashed. This giant ship spread out over the course of nearly half of the location, and when you play there, and eventually if you play there long enough, you're going to have these adventures, and if you scan enough of these things you come across, you're going to learn the story. What was the ship? What happened to it? Why was it there? Why is it relevant? what is the meaning of the Vex, and why are they terraforming this unstable planetoid? Those things are separate from the Red War completely, but they're interesting stories in their own, and they flesh out the tapestry of the game. So a nice interview there. You can read the whole thing if you want to, I will link it in the description, but it just goes into a bit more detail on some of the thought processes that went into making the game. Well guys, that's just a quick update on some recent Destiny 2 news. I will of course keep you guys up to date daily as we get close to launch and post-launch as well. Don't forget, for those who have not pre-ordered, the PC open beta does launch today, and I would say after playing it, it's definitely worth trying out. Well guys, that's about it for this video. If you found it useful, leave a like and comment, it's very much appreciated, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 and other game updates and guides. But with that being said, stay awesome, and I'll see you all next time.